Hi, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Asia Solar Energy for Climate Change Conference, the ASECCC 2024. I'm your MC, I'm Kylie, and I'm honored to be with you at the opening of the ASEC today, meeting you all intelligent individuals concerning climate change, renewable energy transition, just energy transition, and climate justice. The ASEC conference is initiated and organized by CarbonCare InnoLab, and CarbonCare InnoLab is a non-profit organization with a mission to nurture and expand the vibrant community dedicated to climate justice. Through the active engagement with the NGOs, businesses, policymakers, and youth, CarbonCare InnoLab strives to achieve a just transition to a low-carbon economy that respects and protects vulnerable communities. The conference, held midway between the COP28 and the COP29, serves as a stark reminder of the insufficiency of current efforts and address the climate crisis. The theme for this year is the future of renewables, closing the gap for energy just transition in Asia. Over the course of this 3 days conference, we have the privilege of hosting 43 professionals and experts who will share their valuable insights of renewable energy developments. The ASEC conference also encompasses a comprehensive lineup of 15 sessions, each encapsulating diverse solar energy initiatives spanning governments, business, academia, civil society, women, and youth. We will also discuss the innovative approaches to solar energy applications, the roles of cities in achieving the triple renewable energy pledge, and uncovering the policy and technological obstacles in Asian cities. Furthermore, we will also delve into the capital investment and explore how technology application can drive climate mitigation and adaptation. At the ASEC conference, as an audience, you can interact with speakers in the panel sessions you joined. You can also interact with me and the organizer, CarbonCare InnoLab. You can also make use of the lobby chat and participant list to follow up the discussions with other like-minded people. We encourage you to actively participate, engage in fruitful discussions, and make the most of this unique opportunity to exchange knowledge and make connections with each other. There are various networking features on this platform. Please feel free to explore and enjoy. Lastly, we would like to give a special thanks to the Hong Kong Jockey Club Charities Trust, which funded this conference. Without further ado, let's kickstart the ASEC conference, and it is my great honor to invite the co-founder and CEO of CarbonCare InnoLab, Mr. Chen Yao Chong, to deliver an opening remark. Mr. Chong, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Patty. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the second annual Asian Solar Energy for Climate Change Conference. I'm honored to be here today to discuss the critical role that solar energy can play in addressing the global climate crisis. We thank the Jockey Club charitable trust for making a grant to support the JC Solar program run by CarbonCare InnoLab. We'll cover more about this program later. They make this ASEC conference possible. Let me also thank the 8 supporting organizations, the moderators, and the 40 or so speakers from academia, NGO, business, and governmental organizations, as well as NGOs. Without the collaborations of these devoted partners, this conference would not have been possible. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the staff and volunteers at CCIL for working tirelessly to prepare for this event. Thank you, the audience, for taking the time to join us. And I invite you to contribute your comments, questions, and above all, your wisdom and passion. As we all know, the threat of climate change is one of the greatest challenges facing humanity today. Rising temperatures, sea levels, and extreme weather events are already having devastating impact on communities across Asia and around the world. We must act together and decisively. We must act quickly and decisively to transition from fossil fuel towards clean, renewable energy sources. The Paris Agreement set a goal of limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees C, possibly 1.5. However, current climate policies put us on track for 2.7 C of warming at the end of the century. Urgent action is needed to get us back to track. At COP28 last year, world leaders made historic pledge to triple global renewable energy capacity by 2030. This means we must rapidly scale up solar, wind, and other forms of clean energy sources to meet this ambitious target. That is where solar energy comes in. According to some estimates, solar panels now cover 10,000 square kilometers of area and generate 6% of annual electricity for global use. The latest issue of The Economist features about solar energy, predicting that it will be the largest energy source in 10 to 15 years. Asia is the largest producer and consumer of solar energy. And solar energy is already very competitive in comparison to oil and coal. So there is no excuse not to go deep into it. However, the share of renewable energy across Asia and the Pacific, although above global level, is just nearly 20%, which is still well below the global 30% target. Asian investment in renewable energy has grown exponentially since 2004, with an average annual growth rate of 23%, reaching nearly $500 billion US dollars in 2022. But the region still needs huge investment, at least 3.3 trillion US dollars in the coming years for power generation over the next 10 years, with at least 49% earmarked for wind and solar to achieve the tripling RE target. At the same time, there are still hundreds of millions of people in this region who are denied or having no access to electricity. So the need for transition to renewable energy, to need to address the energy poor, both goals are there. While there is reasonable basis for optimism that the goal somehow will be achieved, the obstacles for an acceleration of adoption of renewable energy in general and solar energy in particular is still very great. The addiction to fossil fuel is one, and insufficient political will is another. In the coming 2.5 days, we have invited 40 renowned speakers to cover various topics on the development of solar energy in Asia. We hope to have your participations, your wisdoms, your expertise, and your passion to outline a pathway to go forward. CarbonCare InnoLab is a small organization that I founded with like-minded people like Mr. Albert, a seasoned champion of sustainability. Our mission is to address the challenges of climate change through collective innovation and fostering youth commitment and passion in particular for climate justice. A few programs. We are running a youth training program called KT, Climate Action Training for Youth. We have been sending NGO delegates to COPs since Paris, and we believe that youth in Hong Kong can connect to the youth movement around the world to contribute to addressing climate justice. In addition, CCL is also running a community-based climate resilience program. More relevant to today's discussion, we have a program called SolarCare program, funded by the Jockey Club. We work with 30 partners, NGO partners mainly, to build solar systems in Hong Kong. So we are one of the largest solar systems builder and managers as an NGO. We will leave more details of the program to my colleagues to introduce. Suffice to say that this is not just a program for building new systems. It's to inspire the community, government, business to go all the way into solar and transit quickly from fossil fuel. Our vision is that solar energy will become a major source of energy in this city and elsewhere as a substitute for fossil fuel. And we want this to be a contribution to a sustainable future. I am not a scientist, but I want to share with you a dream with you. It may be that is regarded as naive, but we have the right to be naive for our future. Scientists estimate that 1 hour's sunlight on Earth's surface can generate enough electricity for 1 whole year for human consumption. But we need investment, research, business, further policy leadership, and community support to make this a reality. Right now, for example, the efficiency for a solar panel is 22%. And if we can quadruple this efficiency, we already can generate 24% of electricity using solar, based on the estimate that we are doing 6% right now. And if we quadruple the area covered by solar panels, the electricity generated will be nearly enough to cover our use. How long does it take to reach this goal? We don't know. Maybe never. Maybe it can be faster. It depends on policy leadership, investment, scientific research, and capacity to produce as well as demand. I urge the leaders in this conference and around the world to make this dream a reality through bold action and collaborations. We have the technology, we have the scientific knowledge, we have the production capacity, and we need now is political will and public support to drive a swift transition to clean, renewable energy. The future of our planet depends on it. Thank you, and I look forward to the inspiring discussions and innovative ideas that will emerge from this conference. Together, we can harness the power of the sun to build a sustainable, climate-resilient future for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chong. And dear audience, our next panel will be started in about 5 to 7 minutes. So please do not touch the dial and join our very first high-level opening plenary panel sessions, which talks about the roles of cities in tripling the renewable energy goals. We have invited esteemed speakers from the Global Solar Council, Global Reporting Initiative, the GRI, and also the UNESCO. So please proceed to our next session under the session tab, and I will see you there.